Listen, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you logging on to the video. If for some reason you're in this video and haven't watched part 1, you might want to go back and look at part 1, because this is a continuation. And again, right now, the account is so new, I can only upload 15 minutes at a time. So it really helps when you hit the subscribe button, the like, and you share, so the channel can get built up, so I don't have to split these videos up 15 minutes at a time, because you could have had the whole recipe on one video. Go ahead, hit the like button for me, hit the subscribe, and let's get right into the video.
Guys, I really want you to not skip any steps when you're doing this oxtail, and whoever you're feeding is gonna love it. I promise you. Seems like it's a lot of steps, but you know, it's really worth it. The food is flavored just the way you want it, right? And everyone is really enjoying the food, because that's why I cook. I don't know why you cook, but the reason why I cook is I love to have people enjoy what I'm doing. You don't want all your spices in here now, because we still got to go through a couple of processes with this before we start simmering. Once all the meat is transferred, what I want to do is give this a good stir and make sure all this meat gets coated with that browning. All right, now we just want to give that a cover and let it sit and produce some juices for about 5 to 10 minutes. It's only been a couple of minutes, about 4 or 5 minutes. But I'm just going to I just want to show you here that you see that it's producing its own water. Remember, I didn't add any water to this except for enough just to stop the burning of the sugar, right? So at this point right now, we just want to make sure, just want to come in here in a few minutes, turn this over, and let all those juices cook into that meat. This is what we're doing right now is we're burning the meat, right? We're burning the flavors into the meat, right? So what we want to do is leave it again. Again, the stove is still on high, and we're going to cover it. And every 5 to 10 minutes, we'll come in and we'll do the same thing. Just stir it again. And again, see how much water we have now? So now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give that a stir. And what I'll do is I'll leave the lid off and allow this water to cook down into nothing and keep on stirring. You see our water starting to dissipate. You just want to pay attention at this point and stir more often. And again, at this point, you want to stir much more often, because we're getting down to the point where we're gonna have no more our fluid or our liquid at the bottom, and that's how you're gonna get your nice juicy flavors. Trust me, guys, when I tell you, don't skip any of these steps. If you want the perfect oxtail, don't skip any of these steps I'm giving you right now. You hear that sizzle? That's what you're listening for right there. Now look. Now you see how our liquid is turned to a nice pasty looking? That's what we want. Now at this point, you literally want to keep stirring until that water is all the way cooked out. Oh yeah. I keep on taking takes here, so this is going to take a bit longer than it appears on this video. So now, at this point, is where we're starting to burn that flavor right into that meat. We want to burn all those nice juicy flavors that simmered all the way down. We want to get that burnt in right into the meat, so we don't lose any of those flavors when we put our water for simmering. So we just want to burn that right in, just like that. this point, we just want to keep on stirring, making sure we get this meat nice and get that flavor nice and burnt into this meat right here. We have no more liquid in the bottom as we turn it over. So now we're literally burning. We're burning, we're searing that flavor. I shouldn't say burning because we're really not burning, but we're searing that flavor right inside of that meat right now. There we go. So now, see, now we're really searing the meat. If you notice, in the bottom there's absolutely no more gravy, and we're searing. All right, so you just go ahead and let that get nice and seared and keep on turning. You want all the meat seared with that good flavor. I'm just gonna cover this one more time at this point and leave that for about 5 minutes, and let's see. All right. Now we're burning flavor. You hear it? You hear that sizzling? That's good. The cameraman says it smells good. I wish you guys can smell the flavors coming out of this kitchen right now. I really wish you could smell the flavors coming out of the kitchen. So now at this point, we got our, see, notice there, if we keep going, we're gonna start burning. So now at this point, this is perfect, perfect, perfect. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go in with our, remember our seasonings from the earlier prep. We'll just go ahead and add all of this, along with another cup of water. Now we'll just cover this guy. Stove is still on high, and let it bubble. We're gonna let that cook out. And as it cooks down, we'll let the water cook down, and every time the water cooks down, we'll go ahead and add another cup of water. At this point, some people would use a pressure cooker. I'm not a pressure cooker kind of guy. I know that pressure bust pipe, so I'm staying away from the pressure cookers. I don't trust them. If you feel comfortable using a pressure cooker, you'll get this cooked a lot faster. I don't feel comfortable with a pressure cooker, so I'll just go the regular route, and I'll let it cook about 45 minutes longer than if I was using a pressure cooker. My next ingredient that I'm gonna add is gonna be butter beans. I'm using butter beans straight from the can. Important thing about the butter beans is that you wanna know that how soft, how cooked do you want your beans? Some people like their beans a little bit harder. Some people don't like the beans at all to even taste in their mouth. If you don't want the beans showing, I would go ahead and add your beans pretty early and let them cook out with the meat. Me personally, I like the flavor of the beans, and I like to have the beans. So when I'm about a half hour away from being fully cooked, I'll add my beans. All right. See how the gravy is evaporating? That's what you want. When you see that, you just want to add another cup of water. And we're just going to keep on repeating that process until our meat gets nice and tender. So now that we're getting close to cooked, our meat is getting nice and tender, our gravy is nice and boiling down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my beans, because I have about a half hour left. And what I'll do is I'm just going to add all the juices and everything from the beans. I'm just going to add a can of water at this point. I'll stir this in. Add another onion and a whole carrot. And we'll leave this to simmer for about another half hour. At this point, you want to go ahead and give it a taste. And remember, this is going to boil down to gravy. So whatever flavor you're tasting now is going to be a bit more intense. So at this point, you want to give a good taste and see if there's anything that you feel like you want to add. I've just tasted, and the only thing I feel like I'm missing is a little bit of pepper. So I'm going to go in with some pepper, with a little bit of pepper. Okay, Perfect. Now we'll just let that simmer down to gravy and we'll be done. For the perfect rice, you want about a third, you want to fill your pot about a third of the way. Another trick that my mom taught me, this one is about making a perfect white rice every time, is you see your finger, right? Your finger has the first line on your finger, right? So this is gonna be your measuring stick. What you wanna do is you wanna stick your finger in the water, touch the top of the rice, but not sinking in, and you want the water to be right at the level of the first mark on your finger. Whatever size your pot is, you want that much water to start with on top of your rice. This is gonna give you the perfect pot of white rice every time. Stove on high, salt to taste, a bit of butter. And the last trick that I'd use whenever I'm making white rice, or any type of rice for that matter, is whatever meat I'm cooking, I just take a couple of spoonfuls of the gravy and drop it on the rice. And that's gonna give me a really good flavor on my rice. So now we just let that boil and we'll be back. Now we got a nice bubble. This is gonna be our final bubble. I'm gonna go ahead and cover them again and we'll turn the pot medium low. And as soon as your water boils all the way out, take your stove, turn it on low, and cover your pot. And let the rest of the water cook out. Nice, fluffy, perfect rice every time. Okay, and there you have it. Oxtails, perfect white rice every time.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate all the time you spend with us. I want you to try that recipe. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe, share, and I'll see you on the next one.